Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited about today because it is a special day. Normally we're on Wednesdays, but I am so excited that our special guest said yes. So before we introduce and do everything, let me come on in and say hello to you guys and see how you're doing. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell a friend. Just follow, share, do all that good stuff.
Spread that word.
All that good stuff. Hello, Beth. Good to see you. Priscilla, hello. Dina, hello. Hello, Mary Coco McCormick. Good to see you. Rachel, Elizabeth, hello. And Ellen, thank you for being here. Crystal, hey, hey, hey. So happy. Why does that make me think of Fat Albert? Hey, hey, hey. Fat Albert, okay. Ginger Bear, good to see you, my friend. Hello, Ginger. Good to see you. Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. And Mo, good to see you all the way from the East Coast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll wait another minute till everybody gets in. And it is a glorious day. What's the weather out there, Sunny?
Well, I just actually got back from a walk and it was 87 degrees.
Nice.
Yes.
87. Very nice. We are at 57 in Washington State. So not that bad.
Not bad. Not bad. It's springtime, guys.
It is spring. Spring is spring. And that is the theme, you guys, of this month. It's all about renewal. And I couldn't think of a better person than Sunny Dawn Johnston to be here. And let me tell you, Sunny and I met at Celebrate Your Life speaker program. I was nervous. I was by myself. It was in Scottsdale. It was back in 2019, and did the program. There were people online, people in person, about, I think Liz said almost like 200 people or something like that.
I think we had about 200 total for it. Mm-hmm.
And it was an amazing experience. Sunny gave some really great keys, and what I mean by keys is keys to success and how you present. And it's like someone just had to give me the permission to say, okay, so what? So you didn't shave today. Just go on a freaking live and just be you. And it was like the Greek like got to do everything right kind of person was like, oh my God, Sunny just gave me approval. Check yes. And I started going on doing lives, and I got really comfortable. So if you don't know Sunny has just like an enterprise. I'm going to call it an enterprise. She has several books. This is one of my favorites, Invoking the Archangels. Really great book. She has an oracle deck. You guys look at, well, first of all, the back of these are beautiful. And look at all these. Just amazing. Oops, are they upside down? They are. Look at the amazing pictures. No, I had it right.
They're all just mixed in.
They're all mixed.
All good.
So, these are just amazing, amazing cards. The artistry is cool. The vibe of it is cool. When I was at the Body, Mind, Spirit Expo, this lady just grabbed a card. I mean, she wanted a card, and I gave her the card, and she started walking away. I was like, wait. And I'm like, oh, no, go ahead, take it. So I've been giving your cards out, Sunny, and it's this right here, the multidimensional oracle. These are just, if you haven't gotten these guys, get them. They're just really, really great. Now, here's my fun story. Another thing that Sunny does is essential oils, and I have been using this when I feel a little bit like nasally. I mean, I don't know. Here I am, 57. I think I'm starting to get allergies for the first time. But anytime I feel like, I use the I Am Power Immune Support Essential Oil. And thank you, Priscilla. Here is, yes. Mm-hmm. There is.
Got mine right here too.
And I'm on a plane. Okay. I'm on a plane to do this personalized retreat weekend. And this lady's sitting next to me, and she's smiling, and she's got her mask on, and she's like, hello. And I'm like, hello. And she's leaning in, and she goes, pardon me. I said, yes. She goes, I'm really liking your cologne. And I said, oh, well, and before I could say it's essential oil, she goes, is that a Siki Miyake? And I said, no, it's Sunny Dawn Johnston. And she goes, I haven't heard of her. I haven't heard of her. And I said, these are, I said, these are, it made me giggle for the rest of the trip. I said, these are really good essential oils. And I said, you can go to her, it's sunnydawnjohnston.com. Just go to her website, look under products. But and she goes, it smells amazing. And I said, and it really makes you feel good. I mean, I feel like I've got like a big, orange around me with a bunch of vitamin C in it. Really, really good. Let's see what hello, Karen. Good to see you. Amy loves those cards. Hi, Jenny. I use I Empower every day. It reminds me that I am resilient. I love that.
Yes, that's a great statement. I am resilient.
I love it. And Rachel says the birch is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome.
Great.
Well, I wanted to tell you guys, and thank you, Priscilla. There you have it. Thanks so much. Sunny's going to be here. I wanted to honor her time. So we have a little time with Sunny, not our normal time. She's got a class to teach. What would you say, Sunny, is we're talking about renewing self. How can people start to just get in there and, let the winter go away, kind of rev up for spring and, re-nurture themselves to really, bring up their own essence, their own energy?
I think that the best thing to remember is that we need to maintain the basics. That's how we renew our energy, is by continuing to do the foundational work. The things that make a difference in our day-to-day life are the consistencies, and whatever things we do consistent. If we do negative things consistent, that makes a difference in our lives too, right? So drink every day, that's probably going to bother your health, right? If you meditate every day, that's it. And I think that what happens is and I've seen this over 20 plus year career, where people start to get into this flow and they get consistent with their work and their meditation and their morning practice and into their taking care of their bodies and moving their bodies and doing and eating nutritiously. They do all the things, and then they feel better. And so when they feel better, then they stop doing all the things because they go, oh, I feel better. And so then we get on this cycle. And so I think one of the things when we think about spring is, people start going, okay, I got to fit into the swimsuit, or I got to get out there. And that's how people's minds go. But what I think of it is, let's look at, I want to be healthy in my mind, body, spirit. And what am I willing to do consistently that isn't just a fad thing? I'm going to eat intermittent fasting for 2 weeks so I can lose the weight to go to the beach, to then go home and just do, let's get into the foundation of what actually makes you feel good, what changes the trajectory of your life, what gets you healthier, and do those things. So to me, it's always going to be back to basics. I teach, and Elias, you've been around for long enough. I teach about a lot of different things, and of course, the foundation of all of it to me is connecting with our spirit. It is being able to listen to that guidance, that intuition that comes through, that tells us, what the next step is, how to manage and maintain the energy that we're in. But when we get so far out and focused on all the ego stuff, we lose the foundational tools.
So true. And I remember Sunny, and for those of you who don't know, Sunny has been a spiritual business coach for me. And also, guys, I did coaching with Sunny, one-on-one coaching, and Sunny is one of the reasons why I got through the divorce as well as I did. I went into therapy and I'm like, Sunny, I can, and I'm like, here. And it was like that gentle kick in the butt with a kiss on the cheek at the same time. Exactly. It's exactly what I needed.
Elias.
Right. And you're like, how are you showing up every day? And I remember the first class I took with you, it was an 8-week class in the summer. And it was that course, and you taught about consistency, and that was so important. And I noticed that, what am I not being consistent in? And when I'm not, the energy shifts.
Yep.
And I think, going back to basic is so important. So, so important. Rachel says, haha, it's a kick in the butt with a gentle kiss. Yeah, totally.
That's really a good way to describe me. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. What is one thing that you would say that people should, I shouldn't say should, let me cancel that. What is a suggestion that you would give? Would it be, let's focus on body first, mind first, spirit first? And I know we're always, connected in this way, but I think, I know for me, I've gained back the 40 pounds that I lost. Thank you, COVID. And thank you, sugar. So it's my go-to. It is always my go-to. And I think, like you said, you take those three pieces, what we learned in that 8-week course about the body and the mind and the spirit. What would you say is something that you would suggest for a person to focus first, or is it all really individualized?
I do think that it makes a difference for each person kind of on where they find their greatest weakness. Because some people, like you were just saying, the sugar, that's my thing, right? Where some people, it's like they're kind of in the screw it attitude. So that it's the mental for some. The way I look at it is I look at things as the way that we can really find the most harmony is it's like a table, and there's 4 legs to a table, and one is mind, one is body, one is spirit, and one is emotions. And at any time, if we're not managing one of those, the table tips. Doesn't always fall over, but it tips. And we have to do a lot of work to keep it straight, right? And if we have a couple of those that are, the legs are a little short, or they're not getting the energy they need, then it could tip over, but maybe we'll be able to manage it. So the idea is that, as sucky of an answer as this is, we need them all.
Right.
And so where I would start, though, to me, the foundation is always going to be spirit. So, and the reason that is because if I can recognize that I am a spirit in a body, if I can realize that I have the support system of angels and guides and loved ones, then if I have that, and I know that, even if I'm not sure if I believe it or know how to use it, if I know that and I'm open to that, then the next step to me is always going to be mindset. Right. Because mindset in your business, it's 80% of your business. In your relationships, it's 80% of your relationships. In your health, it's 8%. Because once you get your head clear and focused, the rest starts to flow. But it's it's kind of like how many of us, and you might have this too, Elias, you're showing me your treadmill back there. So how many of us are like, I know I need to work out. I know the treadmill's right there. I know I can go and do this. And it's the mindset. If my mind says I'm going to do it, period, then I do it. Then the benefits are the body loves it. The emotions, I can kind of move energy through my body. I feel more connected. I'm strong and solid. And I'm proud of myself because I made the decision that was best for me.
Right. That's so true. And, guys, I just got the treadmill. So I got on there and I pressed the number. I'm like, number 4. I'm like, wait a second. This is wrong. So even today for 5 minutes, and I know it's not a lot, but 5 minutes, I was like, I'm going to start on number 2 because number 1 was the dogs could walk faster. So number 1, I pressed number 1. I got up to number 2. I did number 2 speed for whatever. And then I did number 3 and I'm like, oh, this is power walking. And I was like, oh, I should do that. Nope. Keep your hand on the rails. But 5 minutes to get my heart beating. And I'm like, I'm going to do another 5 minutes later on today. I figure even if it's 10 minutes for the first day, let's just do that and be consistent.
And that's the thing. That's exactly it is. It's just start. The baby steps, just start. So like, if okay, I have a hard time committing to the 30 minutes and I'm just not going to fucking do it, then let's then do 5. Because 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, even if that takes you a week to do your 30 minutes, you did your 30 minutes. Right. And so it's that consistency, commitment and consistency are the keys to life. And it isn't as complicated as we make it. But I think that when we start to, in this time of kind of renewal, and it's springtime and people start thinking about that, is we want to start tapping into and recognizing that when we are connected to our spirit, then we take action based on our highest good.
Right.
And so listening to that guidance, listening to that support, asking for help, opening up to the signs and the symbols and the messages helps us in our day to day, hour to hour, moment to moment life. And then life is just more joyful, and it's more fun, and it's more playful. It's all the things that are the reasons we're here, because it's not supposed to be a pain in the ass.
Right. So true. And one of the many things that I've learned, Sunny, from you is when you said, how many of you, this is in one of her classes, you guys, how many of you wake up, roll over, pick this up, and you pick it up and you just, you go to your emails and you go to, and then that sets off your day in a whole different way. Sunny's like, don't pick this up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Don't check emails, don't do anything. First thing, before you even get out of bed, whatever it may be, gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Give a piece of gratitude.
Right.
And that will change. Guys, and Sunny has told me this because I asked her, I'm like, I don't really meditate the traditional way. I mean, meditation for me could be ironing, washing the dishes. It could be even standing in the shower and just standing there and having that time where I'm just kind of zoning. Most of all of my ideas always come around water. But
Me too. Me too. My intuition is actually very heightened in any body of water. So water, the pool, the lake, the ocean, the tub, the shower, washing dishes, anything to do with water.
yeah, it's so, and I think that's why, yeah, in Chicago is close to Lake Michigan, but being here in Washington near the Columbia River, and the mountains, there's something about water and mountains. It's just great. Does anybody have any questions for Sunny regarding renewing, like what to do? And while we do that, you have something that you're doing now, the 365 playground.
Intuition, yes. Intuition 365 Playground is something that we created about 6 weeks ago. And the reason I created it is because I like to tap in here, said that one of the things that we need to remember as a society that we are forgetting is that we need more play. And I absolutely believe that. And we need more play in our day-to-day life. And here's the thing: spirit is playful, is light, is magical, is flexible. It's like there's this flow. It's our minds, our heads that are so rigid and think we have to do it a certain way and it's got to be perfect. And that Greek thing you had, or I've heard the Catholic thing or the Christian thing, or whatever it is we're raised, we all have the thing we call it, right? That's the need to be perfect. And so I think that we what we want to recognize is we already are. And that when we tap into our intuition, it opens up a part of us that helps us in every single area of our life. And it makes life more fun. I mean, how many of us get excited when we see the signs, right? Like I was just driving a little bit earlier today and the license plate in front of me was 444. Okay, cool. Thank you, angels, because I needed to see that sign right then, because I was frustrated with the situation and I saw the sign. Okay, thank you. We got it covered. Good. So that makes, okay, that's fun. That's playful. And so we want more of that. So Intuition 365 is a place where every week I teach a class every single week on something that has to do with some form of intuition. So past lives, Akashic records, mediumship, psychic detective work, indigo children, ETs, like all across the board. We're talking all of it. And so every single week. So it's $44, it's $11 a week. And you get to practice and develop your intuition in an amazing community off of Facebook that you have the freedom to really just dive into. So I love it. It's been so fun to do. Yeah, a couple people are in it.
Yeah, Amy says Intuition 365 Playground is great. I'm learning so much and it's so much fun. Awesome. And you're right. We get so serious. And that, I have to tell you, Sunny, that's one thing that I was so grateful for you, because I'm like, I'm going to do my lives. I'm not going to wear a shirt and a tie. And, I'm like, if I mess up, I mess up. And sometimes I'm like, let's, rewind. Or my best line is, I'm like, please hold caller. One moment. Rachel says, I love it. Great. Bonnie says, hello and love Intuition 365. Hello, Lisa. Here's a question from Teresa. How do I recreate myself after my husband has passed? So much I'm doing for the estate. I'm staying stuck in the us mode versus who I am mode.
Yeah. So, Teresa, first off, give yourself some grace, honey. I mean, when we're walking through a loss like that with your partner in life for so long, I think that there's a part of us that wants to just get things done. Like we want to work, we want to get it taken care of. So that's like the estate and all these details because it helps us to have action. And so we want to get through all these details, and then there's ebbs and flows, and there's going to be days where you're like, yeah, I can see myself moving forward, and then there's going to be days or weeks where you can't. And so it's giving yourself some grace to go through the ebbs and flows. But I think that one of the really great steps, it's interesting because I just was talking to a client of mine today who today was just clearing out her husband's space, and he passed 5 years ago. And she's kind of had this space that she had kept his stuff in and things like that, and she's reclaiming it as her own. So I think it's important to remember that there's not a time frame, there's not an amount of time, and you are discovering who you are separate from the relationship. That's not something you've ever had to do, so it doesn't happen overnight. You start figuring out what you like and what you don't like, because as a couple, when you're married, it's you have this entity, and then you have the marriage entity. So it's like there's 3 different dynamics happening. And so when that one is no longer here and this one is no longer here, it takes time to observe yourself separate from that aspect of you. And so it's like, don't force it. I think a lot of people, they just want to figure out, and I get it, because that's probably how I would be in because my head's that way. I'm like, okay, come on, let me just figure it out. What's next, right? And I think that this is so important, Teresa, to feel it out and to follow, I'm going to use the word again, your intuition, because your husband will help guide you because he knows your true essence. He knows what is the truth inside of you that you might be holding on to, that part of you that's in the relationship and not necessarily see that part yet. So listening to your intuition and connecting with him and opening up and using that connection to help fuel that part of you that's in discovery mode of who you are and what you want and what you like and what you don't. That is, just remember to be patient and give yourself that grace.
So true. Thanks, Sunny. Thank you. And Teresa says 100%. 100%. I want to do something fun with Sunny. The cards that we have here, I'm just going to, she said, thank you. I really appreciate this. Yes, I want to just get it done and move on. I know he's here and I'll listen better. Awesome. That's awesome. I find that too much info can overload my brain. So what is the simplest way to tap into my intuition?
Simplest way is ask. Simplest way is ask, and then your responsibility is to be present. So you don't need a bunch of details. Like in our Intuition 365, the idea is to give people different tastes. So there's a lot of exercises to practice and develop your intuition, and then to give different tastes on different areas, because not everybody's into past lives. Not everybody's into indigo children or into chakras, or like Thursday, we're doing auras. I'm going to teach everybody how to see auras. And I've seen auras since I was a kid, and I didn't even know that's what they were. I just thought that's how people looked. And so I think that you discover the tools that and the parts of you that are excited and that you really feel connected to, and the things that you don't. Okay, it's information, and you can just kind of let it move through you. But it's really to ask and be present, I would say, is the simplest answer.
Awesome. I love that. And Sunny, you can, like I tell people too, you guys have a volume control. You can turn it up or you can turn it down. I mean, we're in charge of this, how we learn, or how it's presented to us.
How we tap in or how we don't.
Right, exactly. Okay, we got a flyer. That's always the best way. Pop right up. Oh, do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Ooh, the Hamza. I love the Hamza. So the Hamza is, I mean, even if you just look at the image, you see all the light coming from the eye. So in all of these cards, there's light through every single card because there is light in all of us, in all of us. The Hamza is representing that a lot of people use the term evil eye, which is the eye of protection. I really love the Hamza for helping clear negativity, to help to release any density or heaviness in your mind or body or energy environment. The Hamza also helps us when we're in a state of request. So the prayer is a good way to invite that energy in, and helping to kind of maintain your own energy, clear any of the negativity, and to see clearly, to help you to see clearly beyond the shadows, beyond the shadows.
Awesome. Lisa says, Sunny, you have great energy. Yes, she does.
Why, thank you, Lisa.
Let's see. We did that. We said, okay. Yay, Sunny Lies. Hi, Nick. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So guys, if you, Robin, real quick, what's the best way to stop feeling other people's feelings energy?
Ooh. At this time in the world, it's very difficult to not be feeling other energies. But the very best way is to learn how to be the observer, not the absorber. So we learn how to witness the energy of where people are, what's happening, but not take on their energy, not absorb their energy. So the observer, not the absorber. And there's lots of ways we can do that. One of the great ways is I use a lot of selenite. So selenite helps to transmute the negative, heavy, dense energies. So I keep selenite around me. I've got a couple pieces back here. I have a big lamp. I have it throughout my house, throughout my healing center. So selenite's one great way. Calling in Archangel Michael and ask Michael to help you to maintain that energy is very helpful. Getting yourself grounded on a day-to-day basis, especially if you can do it outdoors, like that's why I was just outside a little bit ago, can also help. And it's using all of the tools, because right now, guys, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, this is a very challenging time for empaths. We are challenged because of not just the density of what we know and what we see, and not even just, not just the energy of what is out in the world, but it's because our nervous systems are seeing and taking in so much content, so much fear, so much heaviness, so much density, that between all the energy that we feel without having to know anything about it, and then all the energy that we see through social media or news or all of the different ways, people, it's taking and absorbing that. And we don't know, our nervous systems were not designed. They were not designed to be activated 24/7. That's why you don't pick this up in the morning. That's why you need downtime from this, so that you're not being activated constantly by that, which is why it's so important then to fill yourself up with joy and fun and things that help you to trust that connection to spirit.
So true. And guys, I want to honor Sunny's time today. You really have helped shift my life so much, Sunny. Really, truly. I'm not going to cry on here.
Come on, just do it. You cry with me.
I do cry with you. Yeah, well, I cry with them too. But, you really have. And guys, really, any class that Sunny does, please, Priscilla, could you put up the link tree one more time? And guys, it's really simple. It's sunnydawnjohnston.com. And don't forget the T, Johnston.
Yeah, don't forget the T. And if you're interested in the intuition class, just go to my calendar, and the link is right there for the calendar, and you can check it out. Again, it's $11 a class. Classes every week. This week I'm going to teach you how to see, read, and understand auras.
I love that. I know. I haven't done that in a while either. I love that.
Love it too. So fun. It's like fun class. It's always great.
Right. Sunny, you know that I love when you're here, and you're always welcome. And thank you so much for taking the time out. I know you're super busy.
Thank you, my
I
friend. I
appreciate you.
appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't stay the whole time, guys, but I'm glad I was able to stay for a little bit. Thanks, everyone. And thanks to Priscilla for throwing all that information up. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, honey. Love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So great to have Sunny here. And just, she has truly been, truly have been a great mentor. And tomorrow, guys, I'm going to be doing a guided meditation in the morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And what is that? 11 Eastern. I will be doing a live tomorrow, since we're cutting today short. I will be doing a live tomorrow. Now, the next two, she is a total ray of sunshine. Totally. Tomorrow, yes, with me for Spirit Chat. On the 23rd, guys, unfortunately, Lisa Nolan Chalowski won't be able to be with us on the 23rd. But who else besides Lisa to talk about renewing your passion is Tramika Massey. She's got a new song out called Newness. We're going to talk about how do we renew our passion. And on the 30th, we're going to talk about your vibe renewed, because this whole month is about renewal. And on the 30th, Patty Cobo, will be on, and she will be doing a live demo of a soul painting. So please join us on the 30th. And then, Ginger, are you still here? I hope Ginger's still here. Our lovely Ginger Perrick will be with us, and starting, we're going to have a special date. April 2nd, Ginger will be with us, and we're going to talk about boundaries for the nurturer. So April is all about nurturing. So I'm hoping to have a slew of other wonderful guests, and I'm looking forward to that. So, guys, thank you for being here. If you missed out, please watch the replay. And as always, we are here to connect. When we connect, we educate one another. And when we educate one another, we grow. There is unity in community. From my heart to yours. Thank you, everybody. Remember Sunny's Oracle cards, her book. And if you missed the great story about this, I'll tell it again tomorrow. Okay. This is Sunny's I Am Power Essential Immune Support Oil. So I appreciate you all being here and supporting. Thank you. We are a strong community, and we can grow and help support one another. From my heart to yours, once again, thanks, guys. Have a beautiful night, and see you tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. Take care.